I post over 470 times on Instagram, and some of these posts have hit millions of views. But last week, I made this one post that outperformed almost all of them. It hit 220,000 views, brought in over 1,000 qualified leads straight to my DMs, and has already signed me 5 new clients, and I'm still talking to even more leads still at the moment. Now, it's so rare that I see business owners or coaches create this type of video, and I want to change that. So in this video, I'm going to break down the psychological reasons why this post did such a good job at converting people, how you can recreate this post for your own business, and give you the exact template so you can do it fast and do it really easy. Now, if you follow the structure I show you, I guarantee you're going to have a post that brings in more qualified leads, more followers, and more people ready to work with you. And stick around to the end because let's just say I have something that you're not going to want to miss. Now, this structure or template can either be used as a carousel or reel. For me, it just did really good as a carousel, so you can follow this, but again, you can use the same template or structure that I'm going to show you as a reel as well. So to start it off, you obviously have the hook, right? Most important part of any video or carousel to make people stop the scroll to actually want to slide or just to view your video for longer. Now, for my hook in this carousel, it was don't sell a course, learn from me, do this instead. So why did this work and why did this stop so many people from scrolling and actually sliding on my carousel? Let's take a look at it. First of all, what you always want to do in your hook, and what I like to do, is I always like to grab attention by going against common advice in my niche. Now, I help, coaches and consultants help them grow through organic marketing and make more sales through their knowledge and expertise. And what a lot of people tell them is to sell a course. So I went immediately against that common advice and I said, don't sell a course, right? And then I said, learn from me, do this instead, which makes it seem like I'm not just telling them don't sell a course, but I'm going to talk about my personal experience. And that's one of the biggest things here whenever you mention a hook. Always come from a place of personal experience rather than a teacher, right? People do not want to be told what to do. They want to learn from lessons from someone else, what they've gone through, and learn from their mistakes. And then that way they don't have to make those mistakes themselves. So what you should also do even if you're doing a carousel right here, is basically you want to create a curiosity gap. That's always the goal for a hook, in my opinion. Create a big curiosity gap, because if they're curious, they're going to scroll or they're going to view your video for longer. So by saying don't sell a course, learn from me, do this instead, right? I don't tell them what to do besides selling a course, right? I make them have to go through the slide. That creates that curiosity gap, and that's what stopped the scroll for a lot of them. Now, if you want to use a hook template similar to this, just literally do don't common advice everyone gives, learn from me, do this instead. So for example, if you were like a personal trainer, what you could see is don't go to the gym for 2 hours a day, learn from me, do this instead, right? A lot of people say you got to be in the gym hour, 2 hours to really get big and grow and gain muscles. As long as you're going against some sort of common advice, it will stop people from scrolling and get them to watch your video for longer, or again, slide on your carousel. So that's the first part of this. The second one is to talk about your personal experience with what I call the old way. So let's just read my carousel here. So I said, I used to sell a $200 AI content course. It was my first real digital product that I actually pushed hard. And to my surprise, I actually made good money off it, 6 to 8K a month, but it burnt me the F out. Now, every time I wanted to make money, I had to launch all over again, writing 10 to 15 emails in a few days, posting nonstop on IG stories for 2 weeks, coming up with new bonuses just to get people excited. It was a grind. So for your personal experience, or for your next part of the hook, what you should always have is, again, always come from personal experience. I think that is the biggest thing. Always talk about what you did. That's a major thing. Don't talk about what they should do. Talk about what you did. Always come from personal experience. And then what you need to do is you want to mention the common advice the old way. So if you said, again, if we use the example, don't go to the gym for 2 hours, we would then talk about our personal experience about going to the gym for 2 hours and then the negative results or feelings we had while doing it. Now, I said here, I used to sell a course, right? That was the old way. And then I said, basically, it burnt me the F out, and I had such a bad time because if I want to make money, I had to write 10 to 15 emails, post nonstop on IG for 2 weeks, coming up with new bonuses. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shit on the old way. I'm trying to make people see that the old way, which in my opinion is people selling courses, this is the reason they shouldn't do it. So you're always trying to make the old way look as bad as possible. And a good way to do that is, again, just list some exhausting actions that make viewers think, that sounds terrible. I don't want to do the old way or the common advice that most people are doing. And then for a template to create your own personal experience with old way, what I would just say is I used to do whatever that common advice or the old strategy was, and then you would provide what the negative result or feeling was from doing it. And then you would say every time I wanted whatever the desired outcome that your audience wants, I had to, and then you would list those exhausting actions. So it's like, again, if we use the example of going to the gym for the 2 hours, it's like I used to go to the gym for 2 hours and I was exhausted by the end of it. I don't want to do anything for the rest of the day. Every time I wanted to potentially go to the gym to try to gain muscles, I would have to, schedule out time during my day just to go for like an hour or two. I would be so tired at the end of it. I would be working out and I would have no mental energy or just energy to do anything else during my day. So again, you're just really just trying to shit on the old way. That's basically what you're trying to do here, just with your own personal experience. And then after that, you then want to go into what we call the final straw, or the turning point that kind of switched everything for you. So in this slide, I said, I'll never forget this one night at 1 a.m. I'm sitting there writing another, last chance to join email. And I just stopped and thought, I can't keep doing this. There's got to be a better way. So for this one, what you want to do is when you now get to the point of like your turning point, you want to show the internal dialogue that you were kind of going through that led to this breakthrough. It's like, okay, I got to stop doing this old way because it's affecting me in terms of this, or this. And then what you want to do, and what I think does really well, is include specific time, places, or circumstances on when that turning point or the final straw happened. It could be, I was laying in my bed and I was just so tired. My body was exhausted and I knew I can't keep doing this anymore. Like really be specific, because it just makes it way more relatable, because other people can feel and other people can put themselves in that position too. So whenever you're creating your final straw or turning point for this template or structure, I would just say, hey, I'll never forget this specific moment. That's when I realized whatever that breakthrough realization is. It's like, you can't stop doing the old way. You got to do something different. And now the next one here is when you talk about the new way, or what I call your unique system. So let's go read it. So again, at the end of here, I said, I can't keep doing this. There's got to be a better way. Then the next slide here says, that's when I discovered what I now call the product ladder. Instead of creating new products every month, I took the exact same course and offered different levels of access to it. Same knowledge, just packaged at different price points. Here's exactly how it works. You sell 3 different levels of products. You sell level 1, $7 to $197 done by you course, no access to you. Level 2, $500 to $3K done with you community, some access to you. Then level 3, $3K to $10K done for you, one-on-one, full access to you. Same teachings and all 3, but different levels of hand holding. So basically now what you're doing is, now that you've kind of shown the old way, you've talked about this turning point and final straw, now you want to show kind of the new way that you're getting results, which is this much better way. And if you're selling a product or service, you want to almost position this new way as like your own unique system, and you want to give it your own name. So basically, you want to introduce, again, your unique system or new way and IP it. It is so important. And I believe not enough people do this enough. IP your own systems or results, right? Let's take the example before, the guy who was going to the gym for 2 hours. Let's say he's a coach now who basically helps people get in shape in 30 minutes, right? He can say, that's when I discovered the at-home workout 6-pack or something. I'm just making up a name on top of my head, right? He gives himself his own name, because now it differentiates him from all the other competition. And if other people use the same terminology as he's using, he's basically got them. And he's going to find a much easier way to sign clients if other people are using his names for systems and his terminology. So it's so important when you introduce your unique system or your new way to help people gain results, you IP it with your own name. Like my IP is the product ladder, but this concept I said here, there's other names that a lot of people know it for, like the value ladder or offer ladder. I just give them my own name, product ladder. And if I jump on a call with someone and they say, hey, I really liked your product ladder idea, I know I already got them, because now they're using my terminology for basically this method or this system. So what you want to do is, again, whenever you're thinking about this new system, so go from the old way to new system, think about your own name, think about IP your own name. And then what you want to do is you just want to break down your system in 3 to 5 components or steps that are very easy to follow, so people can then see that this new way is much easier than the old way. Because remember here, when we talked about the old way, we were kind of shitting on it, and we talked about all this work that you had to do. So in the new way, you want to do the exact opposite, and you want to basically, how I do it is just like list the new way in 3 steps and just make it simple. Make it seem like people can like do it very easily and they'll get great results. And that's kind of what I did here when I was mentioning these 3 levels. And then finally, again, just use simple language that your audience can immediately understand. Just really dumb down when you're explaining your new systems. You don't want to go over the top, because the moment people get confused, the moment they don't want to do it anymore or even try it, okay? So for the New Way unique system template, what you can write here is, that's when I discovered, again, whatever name for your framework is, and then you give a sentence describing what it is. And then here's how it works. And then you basically just talk about the 3 components of how it works, like the 3 steps of how your unique system works. And then after that, after you talk about your New Way unique system, you need to show that it actually works. So the next part would be proof or results that your New Way works. So let's show here. So basically, at the end here, I said it's the same teachings on all 3, but different levels of handholding. Then basically I say, here's when I knew this actually worked. One guy bought my $27 course first, upgraded to the 2K community the next day, then jumped into 5K coaching within 30 days. That's $7,027 from one person without me building a single new thing. And then within 4 months, I went from those stressful 6 to 8K launch months to consistent 30K months, working way less because people were buying every single day, not just when I was launching and grinding my butt off. So for this, what you want to do and what you want to mention is you just want to show proof that your unique system actually works with specific numbers, metrics, frameworks, timeframes, whatever it may be. So again, to give you the example we've been using throughout this video, let's say the coach who doesn't go to the gym for 2 hours anymore, he's trying to help people gain muscle, let's say working at home, he could be like, I started working at home for 30 minutes a day and I was able to gain, let's say 10 pounds of muscle and lose maybe 10 pounds of fat or something like that. You just want to show that your unique system and New Way actually works. And then what you should do is you want to show, again, both the financial and just lifestyle improvements too. So for him, for the example that we were talking about, it would be losing weight, but also what comes with losing weight and working at home. It could be like, well, now I have more time to spend with my kids. I get to go on more date nights with my wife or something, right? Because it's always great to talk about the metrics, the results, but you also want to talk about what it actually does for their everyday life. So those lifestyle improvements. And then the major thing too is like, you just want to make the results feel effortless once the system is in place. It's like, once you have this New Way and unique system in place, you're going to get results like that. It's so easy. You barely got to do anything. Just make it feel super easy, essentially. And then if you want to build out your own template here, basically what I would say is, here's when I knew this actually worked. You have a specific success story with numbers. Within time frame, I went from, again, the old struggle to what the new results are. All right. Then the last one, and this is the real secret to making these posts blow up, you want to give them a shortcut. Because now what you've done is you've introduced this unique system and New Way to them, but for them to implement it, they have no idea what to do. So you want to give them a shortcut to now implement it. So what I wrote in the last part of this carousel was just, hey, want to build your own product ladder? Because again, that was my unique way and that's my New Way, but don't know where to start. I created GPT that takes your current offer and turns into a 3-level product ladder for you, comment product, and I'll send you the GPT. So all you want to do at the end here is, again, offer a free tool or resource as a shortcut to implementing your unique system so they can get a quick win from it. You want to get people to obviously comment a keyword to actually get this free resource to boost comments on your video to get it pushed out more. And then I would just say, make sure the tool or resource delivers results within 5 minutes or of use. Like, don't give them like a 30-minute video, a 15-minute video. Give them something where they can get immediately quick win within 5 minutes, because then they're more likely to believe in the system, implement it. And if you're able to shift someone's beliefs to believing your unique way works or your unique system works, you got them. And they're going to be so much easier to now close as clients. So just as a shortcut template, just say, hey, want, this specific outcome, but don't know where to start. I created this tool that delivers this quick win, comment this keyword, and I'll send it to you. Now this post killed it for me. It brought in so many qualified leads, but to actually turn them into clients, the real secret sauce is actually this ManyChat automation I use to give out this shortcut resource. And how this automation works is it gets people to follow me first. It collects their emails, so then that way I always have them on my email list. It asks them a quick discovery question, then automatically pushes them down my sales system. Now this is what's truly responsible for turning those qualified leads into paying clients. And I can't give you this. I only give my money automations to people and clients inside my inner circle. But if you're interested in being one of them or you want more details about it, just click the link in the description. description. It's gonna go straight to my Instagram and just message me the word inner. Now here's the final script template to create this post. And if you don't want to pause the video and have to write it down, and you just want me to send it to you, along with access, even if you want to try this Product Ladder GPT, even if I shifted your beliefs to not sell a course and try Product Ladder and you want to try this out, then just click the other link in the description below and I'll send it over to you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.